Spartans! What is your profession?
People walk in like a fleeting breeze. People go like a summer breeze. Whisper through my life, then vanish with ease. I ain't stuck replaying those fading tracks. Eyes on the road, no looking back. I don't care too much about stays or leaves. Life's a wave I ride, no room for grief. What's ahead is gold, what's gone is dust. Never lean too hard, never break that trust.
They say you need roots, but I'm chasing skies. I'll plant my feet when the moment's right. I'm a rolling stone, not a chain to bind. Freedom in my veins is the state of mind.
They come with words like they mean forever, but forever's just a fleeting endeavor. I won't lean on what I can't control. I'm whole on my own, I keep my soul. I don't care too much about who stays or leaves. Life's a wave I ride, no room for grief. What's ahead is gold, what's gone is dust. Never lean too hard, never break that trust.
Dependency's a prison I won't call home. No one knows my journey, I'm on my own. Forward is the anthem, the beat I drum. The past is a shadow, the future's the sun.
I've seen faces fade like mist at dawn. Memories linger, but the moment's gone. I'm not bitter, just wiser with time. Each goodbye's a lesson that sharpens my mind.
Waves will crash and tides will shift. I'm the captain steering through the rift. No anchors here, I sail to the new. The horizon's bright with the better view.
I don't care too much about who stays or leaves. Life's a wave I ride, no room for grief. What's ahead is gold, what's gone is dust. Never lean too hard, never break that trust.
The ones who stay are the real foundation. Others just lessons in life's rotation. I'm not bitter, I just understand. The future's my treasure, it's in my hands.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh my goodness. Give me one. All right. Try to go through all the pre-show checks, but something always has to sneak in. We should be good now. Our sound should be immaculate. How is everyone doing tonight? I am Tickle Drive. We are engineered to win, or as some people like to say, I do my very, very, very best to annoy you to success. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is my great honor, my great pleasure to have you here tonight. Tonight is Tuesday, July 20th. Did I just say July 22nd? Yes, it is July 22nd, 2025. We are a week and a day from August. Can you believe that? The month is over. We're in the final stretch. We are in the final stretch of 2025. Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
Are you ready?
2026 is coming fast. All right, so get ready, get prepared. A new year is right around the corner. I am excited. I love the new year. I love the current year. I love moving forward. I love making progress. I love winning because we are the best.
We the best.
Alrighty. So, Shout out to Muhammad. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Look at that, starting the show off right. Shout out to Muhammad. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. I appreciate you, Muhammad.
I appreciate you.
And Muhammad starts us off with, let me read this. What is this video about? So this video is going to be about vibe coding, AI, tech Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat or click on the link and call in. But I'm going to be talking about my experience the past week or so, working on some applications through the Lovable platform, and just some insight, some things to be aware of as you are building. If you are trying to get into the vibe coding stuff, it's gonna be serious, right? But we're gonna get into all of that. And where's my there goes my agenda. So let's get the show started. So let's go through some housekeeping really quick. So tonight we're going to before 8 o'clock hits, the re-up man comes. We are going to be working on the homeschool app. Have some more features to add to that. Then I'm going to talk to you guys about the dark side. Yes, the dark side of vibe coding. They tell you, Rod Brown will tell you it's a vibe, but it's not. There is a lot of work involved. I don't see how non-technical people are able to build solid applications straight through vibe coding, because I am using every little ounce of what I've learned the past 20 years, plus doing some research and plus learning new technologies in order to implement everything. So for those who are like, oh, I'm just going to go and use AI to build something, I'm like, okay, good luck with that.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And if we have time, I just wanna come up with a new prototype of something. Last week we did the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu app. I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we can do some pickup basketball game app. I don't know. We shall see. Maybe that's a good one. Let me write that down. Let's say we do a prototype for pickup basketball game app. That probably exists already, but it's just a prototype. It is just a prototype. So that is the plan for today. But let me take care of this housekeeping real quick. So first and foremost, I just gotta say a big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who have been with me for a very long time, and those who are brand new, like my guy Explore with Muhammad. I appreciate every last one of you.
I appreciate you.
And a big shout out, salute. We added to the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members, my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy members, and my technical explorers. We are working so hard. We had an amazing Scrum night. I have to upload it tomorrow. Scrum night this past Sunday, and one of my tech barbarians was like, because I said, all right, we want to go live in 3 weeks. They said, put a date on it. I was like, okay. My people do not play. So we said, all right, August 10th it is. So we're aiming our go live date for August 10th. So we are working so hard in there. And then this coming Saturday, I'm going to schedule it tomorrow. This coming Saturday, probably around 2:15ish. We're going to be doing a vibe code and chill session where I'm going to actually walk you through the app that I was working on. I'm going to give you some insight on it, like on what it took to fix it. But I'm going to actually show you inside of the Tech Coach Ralph page. We're going to do a Google Meet where I'm going to take you through all of the nightmare and headaches that had me up to like 1 o'clock in the morning last night, trying to fix this defect, this bug that I stumbled across. I thought it was working, but it said nope. It literally told me,
congratulations, you played yourself.
So I'm going to take you through that, and we are going to have a grand old time. So if you are not a Tech Coach Ralph Patreon member, go ahead, techcoachralph.dev, sign up and come and hang out with me as we talk tech and as we work so we can win. We're the best. We are the best.
We the best.
And last but certainly not least, shout out to my tech mercenaries, those are the YouTube channel members who keep the channel going, who support me so much, allows me to add so much value into the world, share this crazy amount of information. Shout out to you. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. So with that being said, tomorrow morning, we're going to be going live. Tomorrow morning around maybe 8 a.m. We're going to be going live. We are going to continue working on our N8N marketing workflow. We made a lot of progress on it. Last week, I wasn't able to go live yesterday morning because I had some family stuff to take care of, but we are good to go live tomorrow, continuing with our N8N workflow as we learn more about these marketing flows where we use AI to generate the it's a psychological one to get people to buy. Basically at the end of the day, what is the goal of marketing? Get people to buy, right? Get people to spend some money on what you are promoting. So that is what we are going to be continuing to work on tomorrow, as well as noon Eastern time tomorrow. We're going to be premiering a video where I'm going to be sharing this one little feature that I found in the platform Lovable, what we're going to be using tonight, where I believe that it put me, Tekotraf, in God mode. See, I can say that right now because Junior is not here yet and Rod Brown is not here yet, because if they were, I would have to it put me in a very, very good position to be very, very efficient. But being that they're not here yet, I can just go with this feature that I found. It put me in God mode. It's true. That's what it did for me.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
I'm just being honest. All right. With that being said, it's 7:30. It is 7:30. Let's get to work on this Lovable platform. And before we do that, stop. Look, I have to say hello to my friends. That is more important. That is the only thing more important than me getting my token addiction hit. I gotta say hi to my friends. So with that being said, let me go to the chat real quick and say hello. I'm gonna say hello to Explore with Muhammad again. Hello, Explore with Muhammad. How are you? Hopefully you have some good insight on what we're gonna be working on tonight. Hopefully that interests you. If you have any questions, please drop it in the chat. Click on the link, call in, let's have a conversation. I am here tonight for all of your questions. And if there's any smoke, let's go out there and get it. And we got my guy ABJ Wise and Strong says, my guy, what's good with you, ABJ? So happy to have you here as always. It is a pleasure to have you here. And ABJ says he finds me being mischievous funny because my handlers are not here yet, so I get to like the parents aren't home yet, so you get to play around a little bit, right? Says you are good with me. That's exactly what it does. I'm just messing around. All right, let's get a little bit of our token hit in, our token addiction, and we will then have a conversation. I really want to have this conversation with you because I have been learning a lot, and and we're gonna be checking some Reddit posts and things like that, because I've been seeing a lot of different things, and if you have the necessary knowledge, you can do some amazing things. But if you don't, and if you try to play on the internet, a web engineer, a web developer, a software engineer, a software developer, then it'll be painful. It will be painful.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All right, so let's get to it. to it. Let me go to boom. All right, so we are going to get in our token hit really quick. Let me see. Hopefully this is working right. Yes, we're good. All right, so this is the homeschool app that I have been building for my wife and her homeschool crew. Her gang, I'll say, her gang of friends. And it's mostly done just, now I'm just tinkering a little bit. I need to stop tinkering and just release it, but it's mostly done. But there were a few things that I got the time zone working the other day, right? So let me go and open up let me see. I got the time zone working. So as you can see, this time zone is correct, where you're going to create an event, and then there's nothing on this day. So let's go ahead and create an event real quick, right? We're gonna create an event. We're gonna make sure the time zone looks correct over here. I am in Eastern time zone, right? Eastern Standard Time, New York time zone. Although I'm in South Florida, I am not in New York. A rat cannot eat my cat. I'm just saying. It's true. It's true. I mean, we down here in South Florida, we do have roaches the size of New York rats, right? And iguanas the size of New York rats, but we do not have rats that can eat cats down here. Or small dogs. All right. That's a disclaimer. Okay. Anyways, my time is running. I gotta stop getting distracted. I'm telling you. So let's go ahead and add. Let me see. Let's add. Okay, so let's do yoga. Let's do yoga. Yoga at the library. I know that's something that they do every now and then. Let's say local library, and we'll say Miami, Florida. This is another thing that I want to get working, but it's not critical. And let's say it's going to be at 10:30 a.m. And let's say it's going to be on Friday. And I'm just going to share it with the community just so I can test out the community stuff, right? And I'm going to do add event. And now this should be in the oh, look at that. You got the right one. You got the right one. We got the right time zone. Finally fixed it. It took some time, but we got it working. All right. Let me zoom in on this a little bit. So that's good. So if I check out the events here, I should have yoga at the library, 10:30 a.m. That's also correct. Look at that. I love it. So view details. I don't have any details. All right. So let's go ahead and fix that because I don't know the location. I don't know the location. So what we're gonna do, we are gonna go into Lovable. What's up, Spaces? What's good with you? My guy, Junior. What's up, Junior? What's good? Hey, Junior, I got a question real quick. How long have you been watching? Is it like, did you just tune in? Has it been less than 5 minutes? Please say yes. Just out of curiosity. I'm not asking for any particular reason, Junior. I just want to know. I just want to know. All right. I'm so bad. I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Anyways, let's go. Let's go over here. All right. Let me see. So now I'm gonna say on the events page. Okay, yeah. Just out of curiosity. That was ABJ. That was a close call, right? That was a close call. All right, on the events page, when I click view details, I do not see the details of the event, such as, let's see, we do not. What did I have over here? On the details? I didn't add a description. Hold on. Let's see. Testing the description. Ooh, I just noticed the location name and the address didn't persist. That's interesting. So let me try this again. That's interesting because I know I added it. Local library, search. See, but this is how I run into these different little defects and I have to fix them. So and the thing is, like, when you're building these applications, you want to release it to a small subset of people first so they can start off and they can tell you, okay, this is what wasn't working for me, and then you can go ahead and fix that, and then you release to a bigger audience, right? Let me see if I do that and I save. I did personal. Okay, so that's there. Look, so why didn't it do it the first time? I'm gonna add another one real quick. Yoga at library test 2. And I'm gonna say, because this one took, I edit that. See, that took. If I do personal location name, local library 2, let's say Fort Lauderdale for this one. And I choose that. And I'm going to say this one's going to be on Saturday, 0900 a.m. And let's say I do that, all right? If I add this event and I go to the 26th, okay, so that one took, but it doesn't have, let me refresh real quick. Let's go to 26. See that one, see it's not, all right, so there we go. So I found a defect, right? So, but then when you save it again, then it adds, right? So what I'm going to say is, before I even say that on the events page, on the my calendar page, when I add a new event, it does not store the location information of the event. However, when I edit the added event, then it stores the location. We should make sure this persists across saving to or sharing with the Hive and making it public. One other thing I want to see is if I go to event over here, right? Okay, so the description is coming through, but this location, but not the actual. Did I say 6:30 a.m.? I don't believe I did. Oh no, wait. This says 10:30 over here. When I view the details, it says 6. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We caught another bug. The life of a QA engineer is something else, right? So let's fix this issue first, right? Let's go and send that. And that is one of our credits used. Can you believe that? I've only used 2 credits. I've only used 2 credits in the month. And I use this on a regular. I don't use this account as much as I use my other account, because the other account is more of a business account where we're actually building apps out and stuff like that. This one, it's still business, you know? All right, looking at the code, I can see the issue in the add event form component, the form schema and submission logic don't include location and address fields, but the edit event form does include them through the basic event fields. Let me fix the issue by updating to include location fields and ensure they properly save to the database. Okay, so now that this is allegedly fixed. And now I always have to say allegedly. I always have to say allegedly because there's been plenty of times where it says it's fixed and it is not. On Saturday, I will be taking you through another project where I will be going through my whole hour and about a half of troubleshooting. It'll go a lot faster because I won't be troubleshooting it, but I'll be going through all the prompts and how I strategically figured out the issue 17 tokens later, but I strategically figured out the issue and now things are working as they should be. But it was a thing. It was a thing. All right, so let's refresh this. And if we go to here, so I'm going to go ahead and add another one. So if we do yoga at the library 3, yoga at the library description 3, and we're going to say not local library, change it up a little bit, and we're gonna say, I say West Palm Beach, Florida, and we will say 11 a.m. Let's save. Let's share that one publicly as well, and we're gonna do add event, and we're gonna go to the 26th. Okay, well, that didn't work out to the way that we thought it would work out, right? Great. Wait, what? I thought I added for, maybe I didn't choose the 26. Okay, my bad. But let's go ahead and, so not local library stored. Let's go ahead and edit. And, okay, it has West Palm Beach, Florida. I think it's going to be helpful to have the address on here too, because you can just go into the app and you can just click on the address and have it go to the mapping. So I'm going to say, let me see. If I go here and it's either edit or, so if the description is long, I wanted to give a short in the description, click a view, put a view button so you can like see more details in a modal. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. The event is properly storing the location information. However, well, it's not however, I want to let's say I want to truncate, or I want the description to display 500 characters before showing an ellipsis if there are more than 500 characters. I also want the address to be displayed from the listing of the event. I want an icon, to be, or I want an option to that you can click on to see the full details of the event as well. It could be an icon like we have for edit and delete. So that's what I want, right? And then once that's done, then we can move into once that's done, we can move into fixing on the actual events page. But yeah, I'm just thinking like having the address readily available, because who's gonna click on edit to get an address, right? I'm just thinking through these things as I see them. All right, address displays, modified location display, and show both location and address when available, or just one if only one exists. View details button, add an icon button, better layout. The address now displays alongside location with proper formatting. All right, so now if we refresh that, that's not bad. However, I would want I would want it to be linkable. So like you should be able to click on it and it takes you like to a Google map. So all right, so can we make the location clickable? And I'll find some location on Google Map to use. But can we make the location clickable so that a user can just click on it and it will open up in their native map application, their native default map application, or default to Google Maps if they are on the web or on a desktop or don't have a map app. I don't know. Everyone has a map app, right? But that's what I want. So then we'll create an event and we'll find an actual location somewhere in, let's take the University of Florida, right? In Gainesville. We'll use that address to test it out. So we got our modal working. And this part is the easy part of it, right? This is the easy part of it. These type of prompts, they're not that hard to do. It's when database and permission stuff, like, and part of the issue that I had yesterday was I was logged in as admin and I saw everything, but then once I logged in as a commoner, it was bad. All right, so I'll make the location clickable so it opens in the user's default map application or Google Maps on desktop. The location text is now clickable and will intelligently open the appropriate map application based on the user's device, native map app on mobile, and Google Maps on desktop. So if we were to refresh this, oh, look at that. Boom. Look at that. It's clickable. So let's go ahead and put a real address. Let me see something real quick. Got two. All right. So if we were to go, and then see, here's why I have trouble using my credits, because I usually use them before, like, to start the live stream. So now when I would go to use some more of them, then The re-up man has come, and I have 5 new ones, and I just cannot use my own damn credits. It's like a good problem to have, but it's also a bad problem to have because I'm leaving money on the table. Anyways, whatever. Let's add another one here. So let's try Saturday for real this time. So I know I clicked on here, but I didn't actually choose it in the thing. All right. So let's say there is Superman at the IMAX in 3D or 4D. Have you guys heard of 4D or 4D plus? My friend was over the other day and they were telling me about 4D plus. I'm like, 4D plus? I never heard of that. Let me take some Superman movie description. Let's take this whole thing and let's paste it in here. And let's do we'll do it in the community, I guess. Uh-oh. I don't see a community to share it to though. Uh-oh, that's not good. All right, let's go to let's see here. Where is that address? So this one is located here, Florida. And it's called, this is called just IMAX, okay. Or CMX Downtown at the Gardens. Let's do CMX Downtown at the Gardens IMAX. All right. Let's set our date for Saturday at, what time do people go to the movies? Let's say 8. I haven't been to the movies in forever. Let's do that. And we are going to see, I don't how it's gonna work. I should have a, let's see, add. Did it add it? It did add it. Maybe this isn't 500 characters. Character counter. Wait, that's oh wait, hold on. Oh, that's still not, I can't even reach 500 characters, right? Whatever. So we have that. It's kind of long. I'm gonna reduce it to 300 actually. But if we click on that, boom, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. We are good to go. Sweet. That is sweet. So let's close that out. And let me see. I don't think it made it into any of these because it didn't ask me who did I want to post it to. Activities. Nope. But so if I go back over here and I say edit that and I say, oh, not that one. Let's go to edit that and see, it's community, but I don't have a person to share it with. All right, so I don't have a hive to share it with. Let me check. So this is how I troubleshoot, right? Let me check inside of the console. And if I say edit personal community, it's not showing. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so let's say when I choose to share an event with the community, I am not being presented options for the communities / hives that I am a member of. I could also do I could also do, why did I say context? I think the word context is confusing. Also, the terminology of context is confusing. Can you make it easier to understand the purpose of that drop down? Cool. Let's send that off. But there it is, like building stuff in real time. It's building in real time so that we can see the changes happening. Tomorrow's video that I'm going to release, it's going to show you how I'm able to run this application locally, make changes. One of you know what, a video that I can do as well for testing purposes on another app. I went in there and I added test that. Oh my God, stop the show. Shout out to William for just subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And as soon as 8-ish hits, we will get to the chat. I have to say hello to my friends. I got some friends in here. And I have some new friends here too, right? So, Lovable says, I can see the issue. The event sharing options aren't properly loading user groups. The context terminology is indeed confusing. Let me fix the add event form to properly load and display users groups hives to make the terminology clearer. I've updated the sharing system to be much clearer. We got 2 minutes. All right, we got 2 minutes. So let's speed this up real quick. Let me go over here and let's refresh. I don't know what this is over here. Let's refresh and let's see the same thing. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? What? Did you do anything? Now when you select Hive event, you will see a drop down. Fix group loading. Wait a second. I don't see that. Wait, so okay. That's cool. Event type. So then what is the context for? All right, let's use this last script. We still have context displaying on the page. Can we remove that and its drop down if no longer needed? And can we shorten the event description displayed on the page by to 300 characters with ellipsis? All right, let's do that so that we get that last token in. Hopefully we do not fumble a token. Looks like we're good though. Looks like we're good. Looks like we're gonna make it. It looks like we're going to make it. Because if it hits 801, 802, then we are out of luck. We are out of luck.
Bruh.
But I act like I don't have 98 credits remaining though, because you guys know I'm a token fiend. I am a token fiend. All right. Looking at the current code, I can see that the context field is still being displayed as badges in the event list component. We need to reduce that, or I remove the context badges that were displaying the event type, personal, group, community, and shorten description. All right. So if we go back over here and we refresh this page, we go to our set. Okay, this is better. This is better. We have this. It's still there. Like, what are you talking about? What is the I'm confused. I see this. but I don't understand the purpose of this, because I can say, hold on. Maybe I am misunderstanding my own application. Personal event. Allow others to join this event. Other users will be able to sign up to participate in your event. How do they do that? Share others. Oh, okay, where's the list? I'm a little confused right now, so I have to look into this a little more because I don't know what it's doing. And this is going to lead us to our next topic, the dark side of vibe coding. All right, let's wrap that up. We used up all of our credits. Yep, we used up all of our credits. The Re-Up Man is about to stop by, but we're good. We are good. All right, let's go back to full screen. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me as we went through using our tokens. Let me check the chat and then we will get to our conversation. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to call in, have a discussion. So let me see. We got ABJ says it looks great. Thank you, ABJ. The way that we started working on this was Lovable had a weekend of love where they gave you unlimited access, and I was just like, I did a Patreon session where we just built as much of this as possible. Continued on that Sunday live stream, and I just been building it out ever since. So it's been really cool. Learned a lot through this one, and the thing is, as I work on one of them, I learn something, and then I'm able to apply it to a bunch of different applications. So I have a lot of context in how to get things to work the right way. We got Spaces in the building, says, "Yope, what's good, Spaces? How are you doing today? Hopefully everything is going absolutely amazing for you." We got my guy Junior coming in at the perfect, immaculate timing. Says, "What's up? What's up? What's up, family? What's good with you, Junior?" Junior says, "Perseverance. You know how we do. You know how we get down." Let's see. And Junior said he had just gotten here. Woo! Close call. That was a close call. Let me see. And ABJ was like, "Yeah, that was too close for comfort. That was too close for comfort." And ABJ says, "Only two." I'm struggling. I am struggling. All right, because the time that I use it, they give me 5 new ones. And I'm like, all right, time to start working on something else. It's a mess. I'm a mess. I am a mess. Right. And Junior says, "God doesn't like that laugh." I do what I can. We got William in the building. William says, "What kind of application is this? Is this local or hosted?" That is an amazing, phenomenal question. So the TLDR, too long. Should it be TLDL? Too long, didn't listen? So the TLDL on this one, too long, didn't listen, is that I started, when I said a little bit earlier, Lovable had a weekend of love where I started working on this application. It's a homeschool assistant app. It's like a for homeschooling mothers or fathers, if there are any out there, for homeschooling mothers or fathers who would like a complement to whatever curriculum that they use. It has where it can track events for like groups, build your own hive, which is like a community group. I have a feature on there that gets local events that are happening. You can track the learning. So you can, it has a feature where it will use AI to generate a lesson plan for the week based on the age of the kid, based on their like if they have any special considerations that need to be taken into account, and what area of focus that you want them to be on. So and a bunch of other features. But that is what that is what this app is. It's for homeschool because my wife had a need, and I built it. I built it. Like whenever there's a problem, I build it. All right. So that's what that is. And is this local or hosted? It is hosted on Lovable's platform using Supabase to do all the database management. However, what I'm going to be showcasing tomorrow is how I am able to run these apps locally to make changes locally on my computer and then push it up to Lovable or to GitHub, and then Lovable pulls it in. So I'll be sharing that tomorrow. That put me all right. So ABJ, see, Junior has about 20 minutes before he has to go to Bible study. So, so the what I discovered, what I'm going to be showing tomorrow is how these little features in Lovable made me very very efficient. Right. I will say exactly where it put me, what mode it put me on at 8:31. All right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just give me to 8:31 and I'll tell you exactly. I'm just messing. Junior says, I finally caught up on the stream now. God mode. Huh? What? Whoa, what? If you did not hear it live, then it did. Well, damn, it's recorded. So why you got to bring up the past, Junior? Why do you have to bring up the past? I'm just saying. Anyways, oh my goodness, this is so funny. All right, so let's talk about this. Right? The dark side of vibe coding, and I can even use Junior a little bit for this example, right? Because Junior, not a engineer, not a computer type person, and he struggles when he's like, I'm the one who I'll take the credit. I will take the credit. I will take the blame. But I got Junior into using the Lovable platform based on that weekend meetup that we did, and I'm like, oh, just try it. And he started building a prayer app, right? But trying to know what to properly prompt, trying to know what to ask it to do and stuff like that. That's only one aspect of it. But here's the real dark side. As I will see, and I'll pull some up right on Reddit, but I will see people are bashing these tools, these technologies, diminishing what they're capable of doing. And part of the reason is they become dependent on AI to do, and that is one mistake. Like, because I don't think it's only with these platforms, these vibe coding platforms, people become dependent on AI for everything. I've seen videos of people talking to AI as if it is the father that they wish that they had. And like, if you were my dad, how would you tell me to handle this? And AI is like, ChatGPT is like, yes, my daughter, rah, 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 right? And I'm like, when I'm using this, I'm looking to work with it instead of having it just do everything for me. You are not going to prompt your way to success. All right. I'm just saying, you know what? That might be another song that we make tonight. We might end up making a whole album based on these topics. Prompt your way. Let me write that down real quick. Let me open up Suno real quick and say I gotta make. All right, let's do our country album. Right, prompt your way to success. All right, I have it written down. All right, so, but you're not gonna prompt your way to success. Why is that? Because listen here. This is the dark side of vibe coding. When you put all of your trust in AI, you see, and this is the problem, because people are, AI is going to take over. The robots, this, I robot. Well, when you put all of your trust in these robots, into AI, it will do whatever it wants and it will wreak havoc. It will wreak havoc. When I am troubleshooting stuff, I'm looking for very detailed information. It's like the AI is going to get you a very, very, very big part of the way there, right? But then it becomes surgery, because you'll have little things that it gets wrong here and there that it'll make your whole application not work. And you'll just say, okay, it's not working. And now you're burning through credits, right? You have a leak. You have token leakage. Yup, you have token leakage. And we all know that there is no good type of leakage, all right? There's no good leakage, right? So if you have token leakage,
Congratulations, you played yourself.
it's one thing to fumble a token, but to leak tokens, that is unacceptable. Because it'll have you like this. In 2 days, you'll be used up all of your tokens, and you'll be like,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
And you know that Nate is the very, very last person that we ever want to call when we have token leakage. Next up, you'll be like,
I hate it here. I want to go home.
and when I'm browsing through X, when I'm browsing through Reddit, that's the sentiment I get, right? First they're like, their first post,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
10 posts later, they're like,
I hate it here. I want to go home.
but for me, being that I've been in tech, I don't have that problem. I am just more determined to figure out how to fix that issue, right? So last night, I found an issue, a very, very deeply rooted database issue, which I'm going to be showing you guys on Saturday. Join me in the TechCoach meetup on Google Meet. But I spent about an hour and a half, 17 credits, the 5 free credits plus 12 of my own credits on another account. And I was like searching, like, why is this thing not working? And I'm looking through the console, I'm looking through the network. I'm like, all right, this is what I see here. And the issue was, as an admin user that's logged in, I'm getting this type of result. As a non-admin user that's logged in, I'm getting this result. And guess what? Majority of the people who are going to be logged in are not admin. So that means the app would, if we were to go live, the app would not be working for them. So I'm looking through, and I am troubleshooting. I'm saying, all right, I'm seeing this here, and Lovable is going through it, and it's adding more console logs, and I'm just like comparing until I finally get somewhere. I'm like, oh, look at this here and look at that there, and Lovable was like, oh, it's actually a database permission error that was so deeply rooted, right? It was so deeply rooted that most people. Here's what most people would do. Most people would say, it's not working. And Level was like, okay, let me try this. Oh, it's working now. Oh, let me try this. Oh, it's working now. And they're just getting more and more frustrated. For me, being that I know I've worked on databases before. I've worked in like console. I've worked in building applications from scratch. I've been a web developer in the past. I've been doing QA for 16 years now. It's nothing for me. So I don't get frustrated. But the problem is, people will believe AI because the AI doesn't really test its work. It just says, oh yeah, it's working now. Oh, it's working now. And me, I come from the career field of zero trust. We don't trust anything the developers say. Oh yeah, I fixed its work. All right, let me see. Cool, good job. Let me see. Right? That's how we get down. So I'm like, all right, let me check, and then all the way till we got to the end. And this is like because what happened was we have our stories in our sprint, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna knock this out real quick. Boom, boom, boom. And I check something. I'm like, okay, that's not working. Check another. Oh, that's not working. And an hour and a half later, it's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And I finally like, oh, as soon as that little thing was fixed, refresh, everything's working, close the laptop, I'm going to bed. I am going to bed. On another app that I was working on, where it was connecting to OpenAI to get one source of information, and then it's taking that information from OpenAI, sending it to Perplexity. Perplexity is used it's an AI tool for more recent events. So it's sending it to Perplexity, and I'm trying to combine the data so that I can have it listed out the right way. But here's the problem. The way the data structure was, it was so all over the place, so that on the front end, so all the data is being pulled in on the back end, right? But on the front end, the data, it's not mapping it correctly. So now the whole application looks like it doesn't work. So I had, and when you try to prompt AI to fix that, it is going to make a whole heap of a mess. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. But that's why I say that AI is not the end all be all. So when these developers, when these tech people who haven't even used these tools are like, oh, AI is going to take our job one day, I'm like, look, you will forever have a job. You will forever have a job. Don't think that because that Amazon and Microsoft and whoever are getting Devin or laying people off or whatever. I'm like, you'll always have a job, because AI cannot build its own software. If you were to put a product owner using these applications, they're going to get stuck with it. They're going to get a good chunk of the way there. They're going to get stuck though. They're not going to know about refactoring and stuff like that. They're not going to know about testing it. So AI will go and wreak havoc on your app if you don't use it correctly. If you're and if you know how to be surgical in the code to like, and here's one of my strategies, right? I will have AI do something, and then when it comes to like little minor details, I will pull the code in, make those minor changes, customize it exactly how I want, push it back up to lovable, and then when I need something like some more complicated code written, I will have it do that, and then I'll modify it a little bit, right? It's a dark side for many people, but for me, it's gold. It's gold because I'm able to work with it side by side with it, instead of, oh, I'm just gonna sit back and it's gonna go and do everything, and it's gonna do it incorrectly, and my app is going to be broken over and over and over and over, and I will never actually get it completed. If you're doing a basic app, sure. If you are trying to do something that is highly useful, and a bit of complexity, then you're like, just being able to type a prompt in is not going to get you there. You're going to have to get a little more, or maybe a lot more technical. And that's why I still highly recommend, if you want to quote unquote vibe code, whatever that means, I still recommend taking one of those Udemy courses, the complete web development course with Angela Yu. That's one I always recommend. There's other ones out there, but you're gonna have to learn CSS. You're gonna have to learn HTML. You're gonna have a decent amount of JavaScript. I am no JavaScript expert by any means. Like, if you ask me to write JavaScript from scratch, I will struggle. But if the AI writes the JavaScript for me, I can navigate myself around it. I can modify it. I can do all that good stuff. The functions and stuff like that, I can navigate around those. So I use AI to get me started. And then I jump in and we work together. It doesn't work for me. It works with me. And for the low cost that I pay for it, it is a total game changer. Those are my thoughts. For now, I'll show some Reddit stuff. I made a post on Reddit about my experience last night, but I will. Well, I'm gonna check the chat and then we will look at that after, and we'll do some more work. All right. So let's wrap that up real quick. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let me see. We got, let me see. And Junior says, and no progress is made with all those tokens used. That is true. That's why you have to be surgical. And I know some people who are offering services to help people with their vibe coded apps. Like if they get stuck, like they're like developers, which that opens up another entrepreneurship lane for software engineers. I think these people said they do it for free. I don't know about that, but that is another opportunity for software engineers to be able to freelance. What? Is that our app idea? The Uber of software development. Oh, what do you think about that? How would you price for that though? Because I guess we already have Upwork and Fiverr. Scratch that. We can create the prototype, but that doesn't sound like it's a viable idea because you already have a bunch of these freelance platforms. And here's the thing, right? I do not participate in those freelance platforms. There was a long time ago. It had to be 2008 because I know I tried it when after I lost my job in 2008. So it had to be in 2009. So 2008, into 2008, laid off, economy and stuff like that. And so in 2009, I tried, I think it was guru.com, right? And the person did a job and the person didn't want to pay. They did not want to pay. So I don't really adhere to those platforms, but whatever. Anyways, as I was saying, we got my guy, Marquavius in the building. Says Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
And let's see. Junior says, AI definitely doesn't check its work. Telling me things are working and had me putting in the same prompt just so it could tell me they out working when it wasn't. Yep. Like, and that's why. And that, you know what I'm gonna do, Junior? I'm gonna show. I know I've showed it before, but I'm gonna show a little bit more this weekend in the meetup that we're gonna be doing. A little bit more of how to troubleshoot, where you could, although you might not understand everything that it's saying, but knowing what I would do when I see something not working, that way you can give it a little more context. So instead of just putting the same prompt over, so you can say something like, oh, it's still like, it's not, because sometimes it'll make changes and it just leads to a different issue. So he's like, you have to work your way through it. So it might be like 5 issues causing this one that you're seeing. So for you, and this what happened to me last night. For you, you think that it is not quote unquote working, but they actually got you through the first problem, and then now there's another problem that needs to be fixed. But you can see those a lot of times through the console logs in the developer tools. So I will show that. If I forget on Saturday, remind me please. But I will show that how to look at that information, send it to in the prompt and have it use that. That's what I do that a lot. Let me see. All right. So that's everything. All right, cool. So what I want to do now is I want to go and take a look at this Reddit post that I made, right? So, and that way it will give a little bit more detail about what happened. Let me go over to here. All right, so let me zoom in on that. All right, so I wrote this. You see, this is me. This is me on Reddit. If I don't know much about Reddit, but feel free to follow me on Reddit. But I like to respond. This is like I rarely post my own thing, but I do like to respond to people. But I give a TLDR. I basically said I spent about an hour, it was more, but and 17 of the Lovable AI credits guiding Lovable to debug a database permission issue. And the issue that I was having, non-admin users couldn't see the usage data because of a Superbase RLS. I always forget what RLS stands for. What does RLS permission mean? Row level security. Yep, it was a row level security. I always forget what that means. All right, was blocking a table join. So this was the root cause, right? But it took me a bunch of steps to actually figure out what was causing it, right? So this highlights that even with vibe coding, a solid engineering and troubleshooting mindset is crucial and can save you a ton of time and resources, right? So what I was saying is, if I did not have my background, it would have probably took me like 50 credits or more. I probably would have gave up. I probably would have just gave up and said, all right, just scratch that idea. But then if you scratch a very one of the most significant parts of your app, then what's even the purpose of it? What is even the purpose of it, right? So let me see. So basically, I ran into a bug where authenticated non-admin users couldn't see their usage information on the dashboard, but admins could. Classic permission issue, right? It says, I decided to work with Lovable AI engineers to sort it out. We spent about an hour troubleshooting. I put on my QA hat and guided the AI by having it compare the network responses and the console logs between an admin and a non-admin account. We tweaked a few database row level security policies and remote procedure calls, permissions along the way, but the core issue still remained.
Bruh.
It was, and like I said earlier, for regular people who don't have that tech background, they would be wanting to slam and break their computer because they cannot figure it out. For me, I was cool. I was just getting a little tired because it was late, but I was cool. And here's one of the reasons that I will stay up late to get this stuff working is because one of the people that I am working with, they are based in the UK, so they'll be up 5 hours ahead of me. So if they want to start working, I don't want to be holding them up. So we went through a bunch of database updates. The issue is still remaining, but then as those changes were being made, and I think all of them contributed to it, right? And it led us to the root cause, a sneaky null. And the null means like you're not getting a response, or not getting a response. It's returning to you a response of null, like there's nothing there to provide, right? So specifically, the feature property in the API response was null, which caused this feature call right here in the front end code to be undefined. This happened because the database query, which uses the feature star join in Superbase, wasn't fetching the related data for non-admin users. Shout out to you, Junior. You go take care. All right, ABJ, guess what? ABJ? We are back in God mode. I know Rod Brown will be here eventually, so let me enjoy it while it lasts. All right, we got Junior up and out of here. Right. Get out, Junior. Get out. I love Junior. I love my guy, Junior.
I appreciate you.
All right. So this pointed directly to an RLS policy on the feature table that was preventing non-admin users from accessing the join data. Once we identified that, we fixed the fix was straightforward. So here's the thing, right? And this is what I've been stressing to you guys. I said this before. I have said this before. I think that these platforms, they do the work of the Lord when it comes to tech, right? However, they do themselves a disservice by marketing to people who will get frustrated easily when they run into these issues. I think you can do both. I honestly think you can do both, because if this was marketed to me the way that I've been using it, I hands down, this is a game changer. And it's already a game changer because, like I said, I have suggested to use Lovable at work so that I can build stuff for my team. Like when I say my team, I mean my QA team, right? And probably even more stuff. But a lot of times, the way that it's marketed to is like, oh, anybody can just build anything. And like, yeah, you can build some basic thing. And then I also see, oh, it's good for making prototypes. Well, I think if people say it's good for making prototypes, they haven't actually used it the way that I've used it, at least, right? So I make content showing how I use it, not how everybody else uses it. And if you saw some of the late nights that I had the past couple of weeks working on certain things and how precise that I had to be to get things to work the right way, you'd be like, what? This is all mumbo jumbo. This is all mumbo jumbo.
Bruh.
Right? But that mumbo jumbo is what is going to produce amazing, amazing results. Simple as that. So why an engineering mindset still matters. Here's the kicker. The whole process took me about an hour and cost 12 of my Lovable credits plus the 5 free daily ones. For me, it doesn't matter at all. Like I'm like, that ain't nothing. You can see on my other account, I am struggling to use all of my credits because I am so efficient with it, right? To me, they're like sniper bullets. My credits, my tokens now are like sniper bullets. I'm like very, very careful with them, right? It says, but now here's my other thought. I can't help but to think about a non-technical person without the ability to systematically debug. What I did last night, systematically debug, going step by step by step, say, okay, here, looking at different locations, which I stumbled on this particular issue by mistake, right? Because I thought it was already working. Inspect the network traffic and understand concepts like database joins and the row level security. They could have easily burned through their entire month's worth of credits chasing this down and still not have it fixed. And they're going to be so mad. They're going to cancel their account and they're going to like, you know what? This vibe coding, there's no real apps on vibe coding. And like, oh, it sucks. It's like that. That's literally how I hear them in my mind, right? That's literally how I hear them when they struggle. That's how I hear them. Okay. It's a great reminder that while AI coding assistants are powerful, vibe coding can only get you so far. A strong engineering foundation and good old-fashioned troubleshooting skills are still incredibly valuable for efficiently solving complex problems. All right? And that's the truth. That is the truth. ABJ says he's a producer, right, of music. I am not. Put a tool like Suno Music in the hands of ABJ, he will far surpass what I am capable of doing with it, especially with the newer tool, with the new tools they keep on adding. By the way, on Friday, I'm going to be releasing the bug bite is going to be about Suno's enhancements to their platform. I think what is the name of the tool they acquired? I think it was Wave Tools. So you definitely want to check that out, right? But when the experts use the tools that are created to make your lives easier, that puts them on another level. But when people like me come and try to make music or try to make graphics, they're going to be subpar. They'll be good enough for what I need to do, but they're going to be subpar. The same way, if you try to play a software developer on the internet or on your computer, then you're going to get frustrated. You're going to blame the company for your frustration when the issue is you just don't know how to work with it. And that's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. All right. Let's see where we go now. So Junior had taken off. All right, cool. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to call in. Hit me up, let me know, and we can have a conversation. You can ask me in the chat. Anything you got? Ooh. You know what? We can create a couple of prototypes. We can create a couple of prototypes because I know that my guy Marquavius is taking a statistics class, right? What if we were to build a math tutor? We could do that too, but I would need some details. I would need some details from Marquavius about that. Think about that, Magnetar. Drop me some details. If you had an app that was a math tutor, how would you want it to work? And in the meantime, let's start off with this prototype for the basketball app, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna go to, let me see. Do I have anything on? Let me see. What are my Madness credits looking like? We have. Oops. Oh, we have 300. Right? So let's go to. Let's get into some Madness. And look, I showcase all the different stuff that I use, right? I use Madness to do research for me, to come up with ideas, to come up with prompts. Let me see what's going on with this thing. Let's go here. All right, so I want and here I'm gonna take you guys behind the scenes on how I come up with these prompts. I showed you on Sunday on how I came up with a prompt for and that'd be a cool one to build too for that trading app, right? So I'm gonna do one for myself, right? I'm gonna say I play pick up basketball on Sundays at a local park. We have a WhatsApp chat where we organize who will, like, if we'll have enough players for that morning to decide if we are going to play. I would like an optimized way of doing this through building an application. Let's do, I want a comprehensive prompt. Well, let's do this, right? I'm going to do it like this. Please provide some cool feature ideas for this application where we can have a list, or we can have people sign up for the app and know where pick up basketball games are happening around the entire world. The details of the location, how often, and whatever else you think would be relevant. Let's see, we got that. Be relevant. Real quick. Let's see. Okay. Whatever else you think would be relevant. Let's say I want, or all right, say, can you also create a lovable prompt that will be used on the lovable platform to generate a working prototype? Please have it with active colors that will psychologically encourage people to come and play and not make excuses on why they can't wake up early on a Sunday morning. All right, I had to throw that in there. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right, so Man Says is going to research and brainstorm basketball pickup app features, design app concept and user experience, create comprehensive feature documentation. Let me close that down for now. Generate level prompt, deliver final recommendations. It's searching. Guess there's an app already. Let me see what this is. See if it shows us anything. Oh, look at that. Full court basketball pickup. Something that already exists. What? Who cares? Infinite hoops. And see, that's one of the things I like about Manus is that it will do all that research for you and show you everything that's out there. Identify gap. Oh, look at that. I like this. So my next step is to identify gaps and brainstorm innovative features like skill matching and motivational prompts to develop a lovable, engaging app. I don't want a lovable. I want it on the lovable platform. All right. Let's see. Creating app. So it did all the research. And I'm telling you, like, this is how I'm gonna use my team to, like, so once the dev team is done, then the marketing side of it is going to be using Manus to find out additional details, how to market, like give me a good end-to-end workflow, and then the dev team will come and create that end-to-end workflow to successfully be able to market these different products. I just like to create these different prototypes in order to use my credit. In order to use my credits, I'm saying I have a problem using the credits now. Last month I was like using them too much. Now I am like struggling to get past 2. Maybe we'll go back and we'll do some more work on the homeschool app. Let's see. So it's doing its thing, creating basketball app concept. I compile a comprehensive basketball pickup app concept focusing on innovative features like WhatsApp integration. I don't want WhatsApp integration. AI-driven, motivation? I don't know. Global discovery, skill matching, community building. I aligned design with color psychology, emphasizing energetic reds and oranges to boost motivation. Next, I'll refine the user experience flow and technical architecture to ensure a seamless, engaging experience that fulfills current market gaps. Let's see. Compile detail, emphasizing. I don't really want a WhatsApp integration. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, lovable. Madness does all of this for you though, which is really cool. But I'm gonna ask it to make it as a web app though, where make it a web app and make sure that it's going to be done on the Lovable platform. Because as I'm looking at here, I see all this backend architecture about like the database using Mongo and stuff like that. I don't. All right, let me see, what is smart WhatsApp integration? WhatsApp bridge. I was reading that. Let me see. As a pickup basketball organizer, I want to import my existing WhatsApp group into the app so I can transition my community without losing. I guess it's fair. Users can connect with their WhatsApp account via QR code or phone. I don't know. WhatsApp business. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't really want a WhatsApp integration. Well, app can read group member lists and basic message history with permission. I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how I really feel about that yet. I'd have to see how it works. But then again, I might not even build. I might not even build this though. Why am I thinking so hard about it? Why am I thinking so hard about it? Let's see. All right, created the detailed lovable prompt for the basketball app. Let me see. All right. So after we're done with this, we are going to take a look at another Reddit post talking about the lovable platform and seeing some of the how people struggle on a vibe. Struggle vibes. Ooh, that's a good one. Struggle vibe. Struggling on a vibe. Ooh, I like. All right, there we go. We got a couple of songs to make. All right, we have a couple of songs to make. So, let's see. Basketball app research, real-time court traffic at 60,000 plus worldwide locations. All right, let's go to the lovable prompt. Create a modern motivational basketball pickup app called Hoop Connect. Didn't that exist already? Wait, what? Infinite hoops. All right, so Hoop Connect. All right, I got you. Game discovery and creation, interactive map showing local pickup basketball games with real-time updates, smart team formation, algorithm-based team balancing for fair and competitive games. No. We have to shoot the three-pointer, not the free throw. If you shoot free throws to pick teams, then you are not playing real pickup basketball. I'm just saying. You have to be there for half an hour shooting the three-pointer where nobody can make it. But if you do free throws, nope, you're out of there. That's not pickup basketball. But now they're saying like we want the smart team formation, motivational notifications, player profiles and stats. Who's keeping track of that? Come on. Weather integration, automatic indoor-outdoor game switching based on weather. Where are you supposed to find indoor-outdoor? I don't know. That's pretty cool though. All right, so let's go ahead and copy this right here. I am going to copy. Do I need this part? I'm gonna just copy the whole thing in there. Social pressure and fear of missing out. Oh, I like that. Create psychological triggers that encourage participation. Real-time display of committed players with photos and names. Your friends are playing notification with social proof. Oh, that's sneaky. Countdown timers creating urgency. Game starts in 2 hours. Visual progress indicators for team formation. Scarcity message, only 2 spots left for balanced teams. That is pretty cool. Gamification, Sunday Warrior status, progressive levels, rookie 1 to 3 games, regular 4 to 8. Veteran, streak tracking with mileage, with milestone celebration. I'm just copying this whole entire thing right here. animation and interaction design. Copy that whole bad boy. Well, let's copy that. Gonna copy. Gonna go here. We have the re-up man came. Gonna drop that bad boy right here. And I am going to send it off. Cool, perfect. So we will check that once it is done. But there we have it. So that is our creating a prototype. I like to do that every now and then, see what we can come up with, and then I'm like, oh, should we build it or not? And so I have a bunch of prototypes that will just be hanging around. I do like that. I do like that trading one though. That trading one looks good, but I don't trade, so. But I do have a couple of friends who do trade, so if they want to team up and throw it together, by all means, I will be more than happy to do that. All right, let's go ahead and check out this. Let me see. Let's do a QA question real quick. Let's do a QA question real quick. I haven't because I know my QA people out there, they struggle from time to time. So let me see. Let me do this 1 year. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. We are gonna do. I remember how to do this QA question. Let's see. Ah, shoot. All right, we'll do it this way.
Another one.
1 year of QA. What should I do next? So let's go ahead and take a look at it on Reddit. So this person says, right, QA analyst for 1 year plus. What should I do next? I've been a QA analyst for a big US tech company that also has a call center. Mainly, I've been doing audits on things regarding the agents that take calls. For example, listening to calls and seeing if they follow the guidelines. So I'll tell you this right now, right? That is a different type of QA. That is not software QA. This channel is quality assurance, so it takes any and every type of QA, but that is not traditional software QA, which most of the posts in here are about. But fair enough. Says, I want to progress in my career and I don't feel like there's much growth opportunity at this company, especially when it comes to this position. Moving up feels more like a project management role. That is correct. There's not much growth when you're just listening to people talk on the phone and saying, oh, you're doing good. Oh, you're not doing good. When I was working in tech support, we had a, when they say, oh, this call may be monitored or recorded for quality purposes. That is true. They actually have people listening to the quality of the calls and giving them a rating and stuff like that. Then you'll have somebody, hey, can we have a conversation? We heard what you said to this client, to this customer, and although we agree with you, that is not appropriate for you to tell the customer, right? That's pretty much what they do. It says, the skill and knowledge that I've gained here don't really seem transferable when I look over other QA jobs. That's a fact, because this is a special type of QA job. This is not a typical QA job that that's not a typical QA job that where you're testing something. There's quality assurance when you're testing, like software and stuff like that, and then there's quality assurance where you are checking you're literally assuring the quality of a product in real time, right? So the product being the call center and people calling in, and you have these quality metrics that you're looking for to make sure that they are adhering to those quality metrics, right? It says, I'm looking for advice on what learning paths I should follow for a better QA position. I've taken courses for JavaScript, CSS, and HTML in the past, and I can understand programming concepts. See, and this is the thing. This is the thing with this one, right? QA is a very, very broad umbrella because from the quality control who are checking, making sure products are a certain way, to call center QAs who are listening out to calls to say, how are the call center representatives doing, to actually quality assurance of software. So software QA, like 3 different things, and there's more of them, right? If you were to go apply for this role as a QA quote unquote analyst for a call center, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get the job as a software QA engineer because you don't have that background. Now, being that you've taken courses on JavaScript and CSS, that would help. However, there is still that learning curve. So those are the things that are needed to be taken into consideration. I think that my recommendation, and this is what I always recommend to people, right? So if you already work for a very large US tech company, transition within the company. Don't go looking to apply for another company for a role you have absolutely no experience in. I always say you have to build the experience where you're at. And even if they pay you less, if they have you, they pay you less, you have to put in, if you volunteer to work with that team that you want to be part of so you can start building that experience. Look, I have done a lot of work for basically for free, right? Because I wanted the opportunity to learn. I wanted to understand how things work, and I wanted to get my foot in the door. So if you're working for a tech company, that means they have a software development team. They also have a call center that is supporting the application that they build, but you have to start making your way to the software developers, the software engineers, the QA engineers, and you make friends, you talk to them, you find out like, hey, how, like, what would it take for me, like, based on where I'm at now, based on what I know, how could I get here? And if you are good at your job as a QA analyst for the call center, then you open up more opportunities for yourself that when you're in communications with the other departments, your boss can put in a good word for you, says, and they're more willing to work with you. Continue learning the JavaScript, go take a course or go refresh on the course and find out what is the technology stack that they use and volunteer. Go be of value. And then maybe you can transition within your company. Then, if necessary, then you go apply outside of your company so that you can really get into the field. But trying to transition without experience, and which is what a lot of people will try to do, especially in QA. I do not know who sold everyone this big bag of lies that you just go ahead, like, they say that QA is a gateway into tech, a entry level into tech. I do not agree with that whatsoever. I think QA is one of the top bosses before you reach King Koopa, right? It's rare. It's very rare that I see QA engineers go to be software developers, and very rare that I see software developers go to be QA engineers. I do see that you have QA engineers who become like software developers and tests, but they still stay in their QA lane. I'll see software engineers who dabble in testing to assist in the testing of the software, but they're still software engineers at the end of the day. So with that being said, I think that you need to put yourself in the right vicinity, because communication is so important. If you cannot communicate, you will not make it. You will not make it. So start working on your communication, refresh on those courses, go find where the software engineers, the QA engineers are at this large US tech company that you're a part of. And that way you network effectively and you win that way. All right. That is my advice for this person who has been doing QA analyst in a call center for 1 year and they're not sure what to do next with their career. What you do next is you network effectively and efficiently with the people who are where you want to be. That's the only type of people you can network with, right? Get with the people who are where you want to be and help and have them help you to level up. All right. That is my advice to you. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and let's check on let's go ahead and check on our basket. What in the world's going on here? Hold on. What is going on? Give me a second here. Why isn't the moving? Okay, that is so weird. Whatever. All right. Let's go ahead and check on our prompt to see what it came up with. All right. Let's see. We got here. So let's go ahead and check over here. So this is what it came up with, right? It did this in like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, right? It came up with this whole prototype in 2 minutes. And it looks pretty good actually. I like this orange color. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? I think it looks great. Looking at your vision for Hoop Connect, I'm excited to create a modern basketball pickup app that truly motivates you to get out there and play. This combines psychology, community building, and beautiful design to eliminate excuses and foster participation. Let's see. Okay, so we need to save information, add user account, I'm not doing that, but let's go ahead and fix this issue. But it could be so easy to get started on a bunch of apps back to back. But gotta stay focused. We gotta stay focused. So I was talking about to one of my team members. They're like, I was really looking forward to working on this particular app. I said, look, we have plenty of apps that we can work on and build and gain experience. So never ever cry over spilled milk. Right. All right. So I can see the issue with the urgency. Yada yada. All right. So let's see. Is this a full screen? Let me see. That is a full screen. That's kind of small. Let me see how this looks. Let me open up in a browser. That is small for let's see here. Organized by Mike Johnson. Games near you. 2 spots left. 6 ballers already committed. Join them. That is pretty cool. Sunday Warrior status. Play 3 or more games this month to unlock exclusive features. Games, your upcoming and past games will appear here. Connect with other players in your area. That would be the name of the person, Jordan Smith. Games played. Current streak. Longest streak. Reliability. Reaching achievements. Who's tracking? Like, no one's tracking this in pickup. I mean, are they? Are people tracking stats in pickup basketball? What? I wouldn't be able to do it. Anyways, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh, I do wanna. I'm gonna do one thing to this, right? The viewport or the view of the app is really narrow and slim. Narrow like a mobile app. It is too thin on the desktop. Can you make it look? Can you use more screen? More screen real estate for the desktop and make the app responsive. Let's do that. But that's how I come up with like these random things, right? Wait just a second. Stop the show. Stop the show. Stop the show. We got Bozito Coding Journey is back in the building with the Jay-Z lyric. Guess who's back? What's up, Bozito? How is everything going with you? I remember last time we spoke, you were contemplating getting accepting a position, and I heard through the grapevine that you did. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. I am looking forward to having a conversation with you one of these days where you can share about your experience. That'll be awesome. All right, now we're talking. Now we are talking. Look at that. That is more like it, right? That is more like it. What is this thing just hanging over my head over here? What is that? All right, let's refresh. Ah, that's a side thing. Okay. Oh, it'll follow you along as you scroll. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Oh, it's a float. It's a floaty. It's a floaty. What if I was to? What if I was to? Ah, and then it moves to the bottom. I like that. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. Let me see. Cool. That's really cool. I like it. I don't see myself building this. This is pretty cool, but I don't see myself building this. I just don't care that much. I just don't care that much. All right. What I'm gonna do? Let me see. I think that's pretty cool. Let me see what we can do. I will. Let's pick our song. Let me check the chat. Let me say hello to Bozito, and then we'll do one more. We'll use up our remaining credits, and maybe we'll use like 2 or 3 more credits on Lovable, but because I won't have time to use them tomorrow with my schedule. So let me say hello real quick. So we got Bozito Coding Journey in the back. Shout out to my guy Bozito. Super cool. Really cool. I don't know. Do you post anything on YouTube? I know you post on Instagram. Really amazing Instagram. So go check him out over there. But if you do post on YouTube, go check him out on YouTube as well. And Bozito says, going well, working a lot and learning a lot at Meta. Did you say Meta? He sure did say Meta. Shout out to my guy Bozito Coding Journey, doing amazing work at Meta, and says, let's chat again. Definitely. Yep. Let's do it. Whenever like, just, you know how to. I'll tell you this. I am bad at checking my Instagram messages. So if you message me and it's been a few days, just drop me a message. Just drop me a comment on any video on YouTube and I'll see it and I'll go check Instagram because I'm bad at checking Instagram. I gotta do better at checking Instagram, but I'm just bad at it because I don't get notifications when people send me a message on Instagram. But no, definitely, like maybe next week, maybe the week after, whenever you're ready, let me know. And Tuesday night, we'll talk. However long it takes, we can talk for an hour, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But we'll talk, and I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear about your experience, what you're learning over there, You can share with us what you're actually testing over there. I know you told me, but you can share with everybody else. And here's the key detail. I'm gonna leave this as a trailer to my conversation with Bozito. I want to talk about the unique position that you found yourself in that made you a what's what I'm looking for? That made you intriguing to the company that hired you for the work that you do. There was and there was one special attribute about Bozito that made him stand out from everybody else. And we're going to talk about that, so that when I say you have to separate yourself, you have to separate yourself from everybody else. Bozito found a way to separate himself, and boom, look at that. Learning a lot at Meta. Craziness. Total chaos. All right. So we are going to do one more. We're gonna do some more work inside of the homeschool app. And remember, this coming Saturday, I'm gonna schedule it probably tomorrow. This coming Saturday, we're gonna be doing inside of the TechnoTruff Patreon at TechnoTruff.dev. We're going to be doing a meetup. I'm going to be taking you through the details of my troubleshooting nightmare, which was a nightmare for me, but I will show you like the whole database thing that I had to figure out with Unlovable and how it ended up working. Really good stuff. So you do not want to miss it. Saturday, TechnoTruff.dev. Come and join me. It'll give you some insight into software development, into QA, product ownership, all of that good stuff. Because working on this, you are your own product owner. You are somewhat of a software developer, and you are your own QA engineer, which it's a lot. It is a lot. So vibe coding is more vibe working. It's a lot. Like it's I can see how people get frustrated if they don't know the industry. I've been in the industry, so to me it's a breeze. It is a walk in the park, right? So let's use up these 5 last credits, and then we'll get up out of here, right? So let's go over to, let me get out of that one. Let's go over to this one. And where were we at? Let me move this over here. So I want to figure this thing out, right? Because it says that. So there was the personal event just for me. We have the I don't understand this community thing. I don't get it. And I also don't see where I can do so all right, so personal event just for me, it shows up in the pop-up, right? It doesn't show up down here. So there's a conflict between, okay, so let's do it like this. Here's what I'm saying. I remove context badge to play for event type. Okay, so here's another thing I like to do, right? I am going to say, let me zoom out a little bit so I can get it all in there. I'm going to take that screenshot. And I'm going to say, I'm going to paste my screenshot. On the events page, I am seeing the context. And now this is the loop that you start to go through, right? Because it says that it took it off, but I still see it there, right? I am still seeing the context drop down with personal and community, but I also see can I sign into this? Nope. I mean, I could, but all right. So, but I'm also seeing event visibility and sharing with event type. Seeing the event visibility, and sharing, right? I don't see the option to choose which hive that I am a member of to share to. I also see the allow others to join event. I also see the allow others to join event that I'm not sure how that one is supposed to work. Let's do that. And I will also say, and I don't see the option anymore to make an event personal to me and not assigned to any child. Let me send that. Let me see what I can do with that, right? But those are the complexities, I would say, to say the least, right? Let's see. So you're pointing out the context dropdown still appears even though we intended to remove it, and there are several problems with the event sharing functionality. Let me fix these issues. Let's see if we can do it. Because that used to work. And that's what I was saying. Sometimes you're trying to prompt your way through it, and it just starts doing some random stuff. So you got to be like, your prompting has to be on point, but also your prompting has to be on point, but also you have to know, you have to be able to test it, but you also need to know like when to take it another direction, you know, like pulling it into code and making some changes there. Because sometimes like I'll make the change in code, and then that helps me prompt, like it helps the prompt to better understand what it needs to do, right? So I fixed the issue you mentioned, remove the redundant context dropdown, now using event type instead of context in the form. Fix hive selection. The hive dropdown now properly appears when you select hive event. Clarified, allow others to join feature. Added a better description explaining this creates a join event button for other. Where? Restored the personal event option. Added back the checkbox and mark it as personal event, not assigned to a child. Improved event type descriptions. Made it clearer what each option. I don't know. Let's see. And it's, see what I mean? It's still there. Like, I don't understand why you're here. Why are you here? Let me see. This creates a join event button for where? All right, so I say, okay, let's do that. Personal event. Why is that checked by default? So, let me see. Let's do. Let's say spa date, right? So I'm gonna leave this one blank, right? And I'm gonna say, and we'll go with Boca Raton, Florida. And we will say, let's do it for 12 p.m. And we will say Add event. Well, I'm going to check this one too because I don't know what this one does. Add event. Okay. So if I go to Hives, this one, and I was to go to activities, it's there. So it doesn't have the details, so we're going to have to add the details on this. Okay. Join event, view participants. Gotta get that fixed. Let me see. So what if I didn't have that join? If that's confusing. That is a bit confusing. If we were to do, let's see, improve event types. So I don't even think that's neat. So I'm gonna show you a little preview of all of this, right? So I'm gonna go to, let me check what branch I'm on. Cause I'm not gonna keep prompting this thing, right, to remove the thing that it's like it fell in love with it. It fell in love with it, right? So if I go to GitHub, so I'm on the main branch, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. You guys a sneak peek of how I do this, right? Of tomorrow, a sneak peek of tomorrow's video. A sneak peek of tomorrow. What the heck? Hold on. Let's go to. Let's see. All right, so I am going to give you a sneak peek of tomorrow's video, but I'm going to do git pull into my repo, and I am going to go over here, go to my calendar, and I'm going to go to look for where this is coming from. Coming from basic event field. Let's say it's this right here, right? Let's take this right here. And I'm going to go over here. Find that in here. And we're looking for line 58. Go to line 58. Let's see. That is select context. All right, so this whole thing right here, you've got to go. You have got to go. So I'm going to say, I'm going to get rid of this whole thing right here. All right, and I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to say git status, git commit src components. Well, before I even do that, right? Before I even, we are gonna test it first. So I'm going to rerun that. Pull that in here. And can I sign in? Oh, crap. What's my sign in? Hold on. Maybe I can do 8080. Not that one. Oh, crap. All right. Shoot. Let me get the password. Let me get the password. Let's see. Copy that. Let's do techcoachralph@gmail.com. Sign ourselves in. We are in now. Let's go ahead and take a look at my calendar. And the context is no longer there. So sometimes you have to take matters into your own hand and just do it yourself. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to push that up. Get add SRC components calendar basic removed the context drop down. All right, so before I push this up, let's go and take a look at my calendar over here. We see the context is showing, right? Refresh, you can make sure. It is showing there, right? I am going to push this up. Oh, come on. What did I do wrong? I did get add. Give me a second. Commit. All right. Now we look at Lovable. And they say that they got it. If we refresh, it should be gone at some point. I don't know. It has some nasty caching on this thing. Hold on. Let me sign up. There's a nasty cache that's happened here. Oh, come on. And it's gone. It is gone. That's how we do it. That is how we do it. So those are my tricks. Like, I'm not gonna prompt my way through, hey, can you remove this? And then like it's just wasting credits. No. I want to use my tokens, my credits for things that are valuable instead of, having it be destructive and you end up losing a bunch of work that you did. So I am very, very careful. I am very, very methodical and meticulous with the way that I prompt, with the way that I make these changes, so that I don't want to like just wreak havoc. All right. So that's how I do it. But I think that's it for tonight. I think that is it for tonight. Oh my goodness. What did I just do? What is that? What in the world did I just do? Oh, I know what happened. All right. That was weird. Okay. So, let's go ahead and let's wrap it up for tonight. We did a lot of work. We covered a lot of topics, a lot of strategy. My final message to you: if you consider yourself a vibe coder, right? It will not be a vibe. It is going to be a nightmare if you try to not be technical, not be methodical in the way that you work. You have to be a sniper with your prompts. You have to be a sniper with how you edit things. You cannot just prompt on a prayer. So follow me as we continue to learn, continue to test out the different platforms, and we will run it up, and you can get strategies on how to be more efficient with all that you're doing. All right. That's it. Do me a favor as we wrap up the show. If you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. Like I said, this coming Saturday, I am going to be doing a meetup. We're going to be using some of our tokens more rare credits. Probably working, and I'll be showing you the other app that that me and my team are building. How I troubleshooted it to getting it to work the right way, because it was a huge error, huge defect. Got that to work. And we just hang out. Answer your questions. Trying to bring someone to join me as we create a prototype for an app idea that they had. We'll go from there. Right. Anyways, that is it. TechCoachRalph.dev. Go check it out. Sign up. If you need one-on-one coaching, I'm available to you. Maybe limited. It's based on, I have to make a decision on that. I have to interview you to see if you are a good candidate, so I can work with you one-on-one. Because my time is the most valuable thing to me. My time, and so it's. I saw this post the other day, right? Real quick. It says, your time isn't what's most important to you. It's where you direct your attention. I was like, that is very, very profound. And I agree. I think my time and where I direct my attention to for my time are the most valuable things to me. So I want to make sure every single thing that I do, if I put my hands on an application, on a tool, on a software, if I put my time in a person, that it is going to be the best possible outcome. That's why I'm being a lot more careful on where I direct my time, my attention, and my energy. All right. But with that being said, I'm out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow morning as we work on our N8N workflow morning vibes with Tech Coach Ralph tomorrow morning around 8 a.m., I guess, Eastern time. Come join us. Come check it out. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Spartans! What is your profession?
I try to live what they let go, away to dreams they'll never know. But a drowning soul can't save the tide, and now I see I must step aside.
I fought till my hands turned to stone, carrying battles that weren't my own. They swore they'd stand but turned away, left me to bleed in the fray.
I held the line as long as I could, fought for the spark they misunderstood. They whispered dreams they'd never choose, said they were in but lived to lose. I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout.
I wanted to see your colors fly, but you clipped your wings and let them die. You crave the fall, not the fight to win, a war within that you let begin.
I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout. I saw the fire dim in their eyes, promises buried under their lies. They wore the crown of fleeting belief, but ran from the throne when it brought grief. Oh,
I tried to carry your weight on my back, but your shadow was a heavy attack. You disappeared when the fire burned high, left me screaming at an empty sky.
I wanted the victory more than they, but you can't chase stars for those who stray. So I lay down the sword and walk away. The battle's lost, they chose I reach my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.
Oh, they vanish like shadows in the light, fading away when it's time to fight. I reached my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.
I've never been afraid to walk away. Left the shadows in yesterday. They thought they owned the lock and key, but I'm the storm they didn't see.
They whispered out behind my back, thought my strength was what I lack.
But I've turned scars into a flame. Their doubts just fuel my untamed. Walked away with my head held high, left their chains beneath the sky. They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, but I'm the one who breaks the wall.
I've never been afraid to let it all go. They thought they held the strings of my show, bound by their words, but they don't know. I'm the storm, I'm the fire, I'm the glow.
They thought my roots would never grow in fields where winds of freedom blow, but here I stand, unshaken, bold, a story no one else could hold.
They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, thought I'd be nothing, thought I'd crawl, but I'm the one who stands so tall. I walk away, I take it all.
I'm the echo in the empty halls, the rebel left when silence calls. They thought my song would fade away, but I'm the voice they can't betray.
I've left behind the chains they made. Their whispers tried to make me afraid, but I don't bow, I don't obey. I walk my path, I find my way.
With my head held high, left their chains beneath the sky. They thought I'd crumble,